Hey guys. Hey Cotton Candy Boobs. Hey Pink Dahlia. Oh, I hope you feel better. Margot, I hope you feel better. Hey Jade, Muffin Top, Katie. Jade, there's interesting news. I wouldn't call it good news though, but there is a few things coming out today, more things coming out later, and we'll get into all of that. And then something I found myself and noticed and want to show you guys. Hey Muffin Top. Oh, Beth, I'm so sorry. Oh, all of us. I'm having a bad day, y'all. I've had a rough day. Oh, let me tell you. And I was supposed to travel today and I'm not able to. I have a lot of stuff that I have to be working on and I just can't find the time to get it all done. I'm frustrated. So I'm going through it with you guys. I'm on steroids again, which last night I could not fall asleep. It just had me all anxious, and you guys know how that goes. And then Bentley woke up in the middle of the night throwing up. He has a really intense gag reflex. So if he gets like any runny nose or anything, it will make him sick. It's just been a rough one, you guys. But I'm happy there's some new stuff coming out. Oh, thank you, Nate. So that we can kind of talk about it. Hey, Farmer. Hey, Fruit Loop. Um, Thank you, Cotton Candy Boobs. That's all right. Pink Dahlia, wait till I tell you. Oh, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna go ahead and start talking about summer so I can get my mind off of my own personal annoyances and all that stuff. But anyway, so Bentley's back there laying down right now. He just had medicine again, and yeah, I guess we'll be traveling tomorrow. So you guys know that I did the live stream when the lead investigator put out when the news put out the interviews with the lead investigator. See, I'm all shook up. Um, Now I didn't come back on for the third part, which was interesting, but there was nothing really in that either, except for to say that, any other legal issues these people have going on, it's not speeding up or slowing, it's not affecting, it has nothing to do with this case. And they, in my opinion, law enforcement, district attorneys, these people, they say things with purpose. Hey, Punksy. Did I say hi to you? Because I don't remember seeing you, but I've been all over the place. Um, anyways, I think that they choose their words very carefully. So today, I think this is so interesting, and it makes me wonder if maybe there is going to be some kind of movement soon, even possibly a grand jury hearing, which I'll show you the article, and I'm sure you guys have kind of seen it from other people have gotten it out earlier. When I logged on, it was all over, but I still want to talk to you guys about it. Hey, Sugar's mama. So here, I'm on my phone today, so it's a little different. But I took some screenshots and overlays. And then I want to show you guys the other thing that I found really interesting. Oh, let me just say though, so Benny has been going hard when it comes to calling them out. Yesterday, I just was not feeling good, and I laid there yesterday and listened to him. I was so focused on what he said because he was so purposeful and passionate with how he worded things, and he basically was calling her out majorly, telling her, you know, you need to be the one to get to the deal. You need to go make the deal with him. Talking about Dawn, talking about when he went up there to visit and Dawn's crack binges. And, Dawn spent $3,000 a couple weeks before Christmas in December. I mean, you guys, if you haven't seen it, you really got to go watch. I agree, Cotton Candy Boobs. I am so glad. Yeah, Margot, I was in chat for a minute. That's the live I'm talking about. It was very good, and you guys got to go check it out because to me, well, when I show, okay, just take what I'm saying now, put it to the side, and then I'm going to show you what I found on my own. Like it's something little, nothing serious, but I want to talk to you guys about Candus's behavior and her what she's thinking about and stuff. You'll see. So let's get into the yes. Let's get Cotton Candy Boobs. What a name. Hey, Cotton Candy, Cotton Candy Boobs is our girl. First we'll talk about this district attorney in the article, which I did see that they're going to be doing a couple of videos at 5 and 6 tonight. So there may be more from this interview that will come out. So basically, I just grabbed this first screenshot. I just grabbed a couple clips of the most interesting parts so we could kind of discuss. But I grabbed this little piece so that we could, have his full name, Dan Armstrong. And he says that almost 10 months later, with no real developments, this case is unlike anything he's ever worked on before. Oh, I love you so much, Cotton Candy Boobs. Our little family. He said he's looking for a publisher. Wow. This ain't good point. Hey, Lindsay. Okay. So the next one I took is this. The live red button is over the first word, so I cannot even see it. Oh, well, I guess it's saying no one's been charged in relation to Summer's disappearance. But that doesn't mean the district attorney isn't involved. So this is a quote directly from him. And these are the most interesting parts to me because, like I said, I do think they choose their words really carefully. And they always say things. Sometimes they may say something that isn't even for us to really pick up, right? Police will do this. They'll put out, a statement or do a press conference, and they may say one or two things in there that will go over the general public's head. But the people responsible or the people they're looking at will totally pick up on it. There's different things like that. So I think direct quotes are the most interesting, and the best thing we can get. And that's why I like seeing the video interviews, and I love YouTube because you get longer interviews and a lot more information directly from, like, say you get an interview with someone. It'll be like an hour long. And it's not just a couple little quotes. That's the thing with the mainstream media. They don't have time to do all the information. But anyways, he says, quote, "It's a case that has implications for the legal system and the law, but you couldn't classify it right now. There are no criminal charges that have been filed." He's basically explaining why a DA would be involved even if there are no charges filed. I hope they do too, Margot. I think they would, but I don't know. I don't know if that's me being hopeful. Then he says it's a very complicated issue that has been made more complicated by the players in this drama. I thought that was really interesting. So he's saying it's a complicated issue, and Candus, Dawn, and all the people involved are making it harder. And I believe he's directly talking about the family and, the friends around the family. No, I don't think he means the general public at all because, I don't know. That's just the way I took it. Brian! So happy to see you. Oh my gosh. This case has me so crazy. I can't believe how this parents' grandest friends around Summer behave. It's nuts. Yeah, it's totally nuts. Okay, Punksy. Hey, Brandy. Okay. Then he said the possibility of a charge and arrest could happen at some point. Here's another direct quote. "We make ourselves available to both the sheriff's office and the TBI to advise them as to the consequences of the next step that they're proposing to take and how we can do it to where there is eventually a prosecution," said Armstrong. "What they gather will be something that we can introduce in a court and make sure we cover all these bases." So he also says in this interview, and I didn't get a part of this, but the reason that TBI is even involved and it's not a Hawkins County case, and the reason any of the other departments are involved is because of him. It was his call, and he thought that was best. So, Hey, New Orleans lady. Okay. If an arrest does take place, that's when Armstrong will look at what charges can be filed. Here's another direct quote. If it ever got to the point we were ready to consider charges, then of course they would talk to me about what charges and who to charge. And a case like this would generally go to a grand jury, he explained. So typically it's up to the prosecutor, right, to go after. The DA decides, yeah, we're going to we want to pursue this, and the judge signs off on an arrest warrant, and that's that. Well, in a grand jury, the grand jury decides if charges are going to be pressed. And I do find it interesting that they said that's normal. It would generally go to a grand jury. That's what happened with the Orrin and Orson, or Classic and Sincere, however you're comfortable with that. But to me, though, a lot of this is kind of just like the basics, right? It's like there's not much information here. We can really analyze the way he's saying and wording things. And, the fact that they're talking about possible charges, possible grand jury, I do think that that's something, but I don't think it's enough. I mean, it's not enough. That statement is puzzling. He says something about advising about the law. Just hope they're keeping info to themselves, like that case, and lock them up. Hey, not so dumb blonde. It is. It's gross. It happens way too much. North of Lake Pontchartrain. Okay, so let's keep reading. So he does stay in touch with law enforcement about where they're at in the investigation. Armstrong is almost at a standstill in his particular role. We follow leads as they come in. And so at this point, you're basically down to just following whatever leads come in and following up, he said. Maybe trying to backtrack and do some of the things you did before to see if anything comes of it. Which I hope they're doing that, and maybe it will. When you start going back to the beginning and really looking at everyone and everyone's stories, how they've evolved over time, you can totally see whose stories have not stayed the same. When I see people, look, I don't care if you are advocating for the parents, if you think they're innocent, that is great. Everybody needs somebody that has their back, right? Everybody needs support. I'm okay with that. I love different opinions, but you cannot say that their stories have stayed the same. You can't. Candus's story has changed so much. So much. Who was the last one to see her? Where was she last seen? Hell, what did they do that day? You have the laundry and the lunch thrown in. You cannot go back and look at this objectively and not say, hey, something's weird right here. This is not adding up. It's not making sense. Okay, so then, Punksy, I hope so. Maybe they are. I don't know. This is similar to the boys' case for sure, and that took a year. Yes, it is, and similar to Suzanne Morphew, that took a year. That was almost a year to the day. So it's not. If they haven't found her, it's going to take more time to build a case. That doesn't mean they don't have evidence of what may have happened, because Barry Morphew has very good attorneys, and they are just that's a whole nother thing I'd love to get into. I made a post yesterday about it, but most cases with no body, still a lot of the times they are still found guilty. I mean, it's over like 70 to 90%. I've heard statistics on it before. It's just Barry Morphew has some really good attorneys. Yeah, it doesn't add up. 2 plus, yeah, and then throw in the nap in. Exactly. And then Dawn has been, You cannot tell me. For a while I thought maybe he didn't know, maybe he was at work. But when I really think back, and we talked about this you guys the other day, about him really like trying to make Candus look more nurturing, more loving, more caring, always trying to, you know, Dawn has to see that her story changes like we do. Let's say he's innocent, he would have to see the changes in her story and the different things that look suspicious. For him to go and behave the way he has, like trying to stand up for her in a way like that, it just makes me think that he's involved too. If he loves Summer so much and that was his pride and joy, wouldn't he? I don't know. I don't know. My brain's going a million miles a minute because this case has driven me so crazy, and I've really tried. I wanted to get into that Cassie Carly, I think her name is. I know her last name's Carly. It's confusing because her last name is like, a first name. But there's a few cases I wanted to get into, but then something happens with this and it just drags me right back. And then I'm like making myself crazy. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I know you know. Actually, Punksy and I were just talking about, thinking about Summer when you wake up in the morning, thinking about her as you're going to bed at night. And it can be really haunting. But okay. The next thing I wanted to show you guys. So remember what I was saying in the beginning about Benny has been really actively calling Candus out, saying, bring your daughter home. You want to get the deal. There won't be a deal if you don't bring her home. It's very clear that he believes that she knows where Summer is, and Dawn too. That's clear as day. Yeah, it does. It really does, Johnny. Cassie Carly, yes. I know it is. In her baby, that picture of her with her baby, like throwing her up in the air. Oh my gosh, you guys. If that doesn't break your heart. Right, Margot. Okay, so we know that Benny's really been calling them out. Why is this important to me? Well, because every single YouTuber that has gotten, and I know that Cher went into it fully intending to do the right thing, be an advocate, be there, like, do it the right way and be an advocate for the family. And I think that other YouTubers have too. Now, do I think that some YouTubers create relationships with them just for content? Yes. But I think some of them have really good intentions. I just think after they see so many red flags, they cannot sit back and not say anything. So the fact that all of them have come out and said, we believe they know where she's at because of X, Y, and Z. These reasons, So I was looking and at, just looking for updates, searching. I'll do a Twitter search for the latest on Tim Mullen. I'll do a, Twitter search for Summer Wells. That's just looking around. And then I started looking at their website and stuff. And I noticed a post that was posted there 2 weeks ago. Now, first, I do want to say that they've got a new billboard up. It says on the website, and there's also new flyers, and you can go to the website and print those flyers off if you want to pass them around if you're local or if you plan on visiting the area. It's at findsummerwells.com. I know, Margot. I know. So then here's another little pretty flyer that was on there. Then we come to this post from March 15th. 9 months. This is her post for Summer being gone for 9 months, okay? Thank you to everyone who have been and continue to be so supportive in helping us find our daughter, Summer Moon Utah Wells. Oh, and happy birthday, Benny. Candus, honey, at 9 months of your daughter being missing, you're worried about wishing him a happy birthday on her website? What? That just don't seem right to me, you guys. Hey, True Crime and Coffee. It just don't seem right. And I'm sorry. I'm trying to be fair. You guys know that. Like, I want everything in my whole soul and being just wants to be fair, like do the right thing, do this the right way. But certain things are just like such red flags. I mean, 9 months of your precious little baby being missing, and we still have no idea where she is. You may, but and this is the post that you make. I don't know, you guys. And he put out their text messages. Oh God, that's just a whole nother damn. This case is just, oh, it makes you sick. Oh, Woofy. April King. Oh, hey, Lynn. The cool thing about being on my phone with you guys is I can come outside and smoke. Thank you, Muffin Top. Everyone hopes they are innocent, I'm sure, but I'm sorry. I think it's a fishy as a fish market on the docks full of fish. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's true, Johnny. A lot of people put a lot of time in. Just think the viewers, because I remember being just a viewer, and I remember I cared just as much. I wanted to keep updated just as much, and it drove me just as crazy. Yeah, their media manager, Tim Mullen. Mr. Tim Mullen, which I believe you've watched some of my videos, maybe all of them, and based on your answers to my messages and certain other things, I believe so. Why would you? Why didn't you catch that? This is your job. This is what you do. This is why you wanted to be involved, to help run their website and stuff, right? Or is there another reason why you inserted yourself in this case? Because that's odd. I'm sorry. Let's just call it like it is. Yep, almost 10 months now. Yes, BK put out texts from Candus, and they are, if this right here makes you sick, oh, you better just get ready to watch that text message video. It's funny because it's like me. Like, I don't even feel like I have no time, want, or need for a relationship right now. I have Bentley, but then also, you know, and I have my whole family, but that takes up some of my time. But the rest of my time is spent, on these cases. How could it be your own child and you're worried about like hooking up with the people covering your? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't get it. She's willy-nilly. Oh, I know. It is insane. Well, evil exists. I am not on yes, Ashley. I am not on my computer or I would play it, but Evil Exists did a video recently that's very good that talks about Tim Mullen and the phone and why the reason in behind it. You guys have to check that out. Are the texts real or could they be altered? I mean, they could be altered. Well, I mean, I believe that they're real. I don't know. That's just my opinion because I don't know. They could be altered, of course. I mean, anything could, unless, well, I mean, it depends. For a lot of it, I was listening and not watching. So I think you'd have to get a very close look. But I believe that it's real. I mean, look at this. At 9 months, 2 weeks ago, Dawn's sitting in jail can't even say shit about Summer. I mean, the only person who's ever told us really who the hell she is and what she likes and what she does is Jose. And daggone, he was not there that long. Not even 6 months, I don't believe, like he said. He was not there that long. Couldn't be about her. Couldn't be about missing her, wanting her, the boys. I mean, Dawn's in jail. It's like a couple little sentences, and then about a YouTuber. I don't know. Just don't feel right to me, you guys. I'm sorry. True crime and coffee, it's possible because he's sketchy as can be. But then again, why all the lies? Why? I mean, to me, the only reason you would lie, well, no, that's not true. And I've said before, you would lie to cover up drug use, sexual affairs, that kind of stuff. But at a certain point, wouldn't you realize, hey, I better tell the truth because it's a lot better they know about this than it make myself look like I did this. Oh, love you, Charlotte. Thank you. You believe him. I do too. Yeah, he did show his phone, but did he scroll? That's what I wasn't sure about. I think they're real. They couldn't be altered. They would have to be totally fake if that were the case. Yeah. And I consider myself in a committed relationship. Just Rachel, that's how I am. See, I have 2 kids. My oldest, he's Bentley requires a lot. He's 5. My oldest is 13. He still requires a lot, just not as much. But between the 2 and my parents, I don't even care. And I have my friends and my channel, you guys. That's all that I'm worried about. I can't imagine if something was to happen to my babies. I may never date again. Maybe they did, and they're all involved. That could be it. Never heard her beg for Summer back. No tears shed, no grief, no pain. Yeah, the only time we seen her crying was when she felt like she was being interrogated and pushed too hard on Dr. Phil. Now, no, well, actually that's not true. I've seen an interview with a tear here and there. We went through it on here because we were talking about, are they real tears? Is she really upset? But it seems like she cries for herself, and that's what gets me the most. Because, and she said this before, and I have to agree with her here. I got to give it to her when she's right, because I have no personal issue with her. I just have to be honest, because it's important. But like saying, because Candus has said before, I can't just make myself cry. Like, you can't force that stuff. If sometimes you just can't. You're sad, but you can't, and that's true. I've been there, but no, it's okay, Lynn. You could ask. I just didn't have like a 100% sure answer. No way I have time. Yeah. Yep, I know, Lisa. It's crazy. That's okay, Tria girl. Girl, Johnny will warn you, but sometimes we get fired up over here. The redneck comes out of us, comes out of me a little bit. Absolutely, Brian. Hey, looking beyond. I'm happy single, but I sure do miss the kisses and cuddles sometimes. I'm happy single too. I love just doing what I want when I want, to an extent, because when you got kids and stuff, I mean, but still, you don't have somebody trying to control your like other aspects of your life. But I agree with you. That can be, I guess. And then again, I'll just cuddle on Bentley some. Flirting with men. Johnny, yeah. I'd be a long time, Alex, if at all, unless you met someone that could relate some way and could let you be you in grief. Yep, you're right, Pink Dahlia. That's true, Slink. Everyone grieves in their own ways. But, I mean, I can't, that would be wrong for me to say, is she grieving? Like, you can grieve in your own way, but you would expect some sort of grieving, right? And maybe she is. But then again, I don't know. I don't know. Why all the lies? Why all the games? And if you're suspicious even of Dawn, then speak up. It's time. Because I'm on the same thing. Bring your daughter home. This is too much. This has turned into a damn circus sideshow mess. Like the one that you see on true crime channels where the guy kills his whole family that runs the circus. Like that kind of craziness. Jose, Allie, Candus, Dawn, Hunter, the churchgoers, the neighbors, Grandma. Everyone knew it was happening and no one helped Summer. Not one person spoke for Summer. That's why we are here. Yeah, and you know, a lot of the people, like, it's crazy because so many of the people around look suspicious, at least at a first glance, right? You might could take and like eliminate a few of them. That's as far as I've been able to do. Like I had suspicions of Jody Sue. I've had suspicions Pink Dahlia. Yes. I've had suspicions of David Dotson. I've had suspicions of even Ronnie Lawson, which I wouldn't say those are completely eliminated, but I'm not suspicious of Robin anymore. I'm not suspicious of Jody Sue. I'm not suspicious of David Dotson. I just think that sometimes when you have characters that are quirky or odd or different, you know, like everyone not only grieves differently, but everyone behaves differently all around. Some people are just awkward. So I don't know. Medea comes out of me. No parent would allow their thoughts to go where Dawn's went in his theory of what happened to Summer. Innocent parents would not allow their you know what, Muffin Top? And even if they did, like, worst fear, think that was a possibility, the way he said that, so cold, callously, it was disgusting. That made my skin crawl. I've never in my life, I mean, I never heard something that made me feel quite that the way that made me feel listening to it. Kentucky girl. Hey, girl. My next door neighbor. Almost in their 20s. Not a day goes by where I don't worry about them. Looking beyond. They past tense Summer on day 2. Yeah. Weird way of grieving. Absolutely. That phone call, I'm sorry. Well, that's true. Slink. That phone call, that prank phone call is when everything shifted for me with these folks because I really tried to look at it and think these people are living in poverty. They're living in addiction. They've lived through abuse. I mean, you got to admit, it's been a hard life for a lot of these people. And that's awful. And it breaks my heart. But I just wish Summer wasn't the collateral damage of Dawn and Candus's effed up lives. I'm skipping through some comments. If I missed something, Lisa, me too. I've been watching and just glued to it. Hey, Amber. How much I love my significant other. If he hurt my kids in any way, to jail he goes. Absolutely. But then you wonder, okay, let's say this. I'm going to ask you guys this question both ways, okay? Let's say Candus knows what happened. Dawn wasn't there and doesn't quite know exactly, but he knows she knows. At what point I don't understand. At what point, and then even the other way, if Dawn did something and Candus doesn't know exactly what, but she knows what happened. At what point you guys better get to talking. Dr. Phil actually didn't say, he said that he believed Dawn, and he's had quite a lot to say about Candus lying. The first thing he went to was abduction. You live on top of the hill in the middle of nowhere. You think the first thing you go to is lost, hurt, not abduction. Well, I kind of live in the middle of nowhere. And I'll tell you right now, if Bentley somehow got out of my sight and went off in the woods, I wouldn't immediately think he was abducted. I would think, oh my God, he's lost in the woods. And there are daggone coyotes, bears, wildcats. There's all kinds of stuff that could hurt him. And freaking out, hoping that people would get here to help me cover every inch of the woods. I would never say he was abducted. He had to be taken. Because I live in the woods. Now, I'm not saying it's not possible, because it is. Someone could have followed them home. There's ways. Hey, misdemeanor. Oh, I've been doing good, Brian. I'm glad you're staying busy, and I hope you've been doing well. Mystic. Ugh, that's how my mom is. You know, when I get a call from my kids' school, I freaked out. My mind goes super wild. I'm always worrying about them. Yeah, that's sad. And like I said, we cannot deny, she's lived a tough life, and I'm sorry for her for that. But if she was, let's say this, she did not do anything to Summer, but maybe she was drinking and doing drugs and went way too long, way longer than 2 minutes, and something happened, or Don had done something. Please, just, if you don't, Benny said something yesterday that was so true. Tennessee has the death penalty. If you don't speak up now, you're gonna get blamed for it, all of it, in the end. Sorry, Bentley came and got me. I even asked my friends that. Okay, Bree. Fruit Loop. Maybe each of them has something on the other one. That's what I was thinking. What would make you not? What possibly could they have on each other that would be that bad? You know? Yes. And I'll tell you what, Pink Dahlia, I wouldn't call Bentley's dad, who isn't here, and ask him to call 911. I wouldn't call anybody before I called 911. None of it makes sense to me. Anyway, maybe we'll see some video footage at 5 and 6 of this district attorney, and I don't know. The dogs were gone that day. No, I haven't, but I played in those clips I played the other day. Do you guys remember? I hope not, Mr. Tomato Head. Do you remember Jody Sue said, like, they were not all frantic, looking everywhere for her. Whatever they said the other day was not the way it was. They were not freaking out. I don't believe H drives. Or Josie. I don't know. I don't think so. Why they would let it go on like this, I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to talk to you guys about the latest information coming out, and then show you guys that little post that I found on the website. I don't know. I hope that either one of two things happens. Either, actually, I hope she's found, and I hope that law enforcement makes some kind of move at some point. I do find it really interesting. Right after the police officer, the lead investigator, does the interview, then the DA does the interview. That's interesting, but it could be the reporter. She's probably going just as crazy as we are, and she wants more information. I had a situation with my son and I called 911 and then called my husband. Exactly. Oh, thank you, Punksy. Thank you. Well, the people are saying that Don's talking and not, he's talking to more than one person. I think that I have a feeling that things are starting to happen, and it might not be immediately, but I feel like it's a constant. There's something new every day, which is so frustrating because it's little tiny bits and pieces of things, right? It's never much. We always walk away disheartened or disappointed. You're right, Charlotte, it does. I hope it doesn't turn into a cold case, but I've seen this a dozen times on this case already. People get excited and nothing happens. Yeah, do you guys remember when they did that prank and like all of YouTube thought Dawn was in jail? Or going, like, everyone was checking, there were tons of lives about it. Oh my gosh. It was just like pure adrenaline for like 24 hours. Bye, Lisa. Well, Kate, that's what word on the street is. I don't know for sure because I haven't seen it. So kind of have to take it for what it is, I guess. Hope he does run a stupid mouth because I will never believe what that she was taken and these weird acting parents know nothing. Yeah, there's just too many red flags from the parents. But anyways, I guess I'm gonna hop off of here. I just wanted to talk to you guys for just a few. Oh, thank you for coming by, Brian. You better come back. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome day. And uh, I'll probably see you soon on another case. Maybe, unless something else happens that's worth talking about, I'll certainly talk about it. Um, yeah, the prank was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Oh, Woofy, what's wrong? Message me. I can't forget the prank called Too Many Mary Dawns. I know. Oh, all right. I love you guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I feel so much better. I was having a really, really, really bad day. So after just like venting with you guys about some of this freaking nonsense, it makes me feel so much better. Oh, thank you, Nay, so much. I'm happy that you're here to join the conversation. I love all of you guys. Oh, and Xantor, hey. All right, you guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.